Folks, before you start the episode, would you like a free case of premium craft beers? Well, we've partnered with Beer 52. They are offering you a free case of 8 unique beers you won't find anywhere else. Beer 52 are the UK's #1 beer club. Every month they visit a different place and expertly curate a case of exclusive beers from the region's best breweries. Your free case will include an eclectic selection of beers from the world's best beer countries, including the UK, Germany and the USA.
If you want to take advantage of this great offer from myself and Tom at Boxing 365 and our new friends at Beer 52, then make sure to use the QR code on screen or the link in the description, and for just the cost of some delivery, you can get yourself a free crate of premium craft beers. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to Boxing 365 for the latest episode of the next card in the deck, where we'll be looking at the upcoming boxing. And this card is the Dickens Cacace card. It's going to be on St. Patrick's weekend, courtesy of Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions at the 3 Arena, Dublin, where we've previously seen some excellent nights of boxing. Before we get into that, you'll have just seen our sort of promotional video we filmed last week.
Our first TV advert.
First TV, made for TV advert. So we are now partnered with Beer 52. If you do want your own free case of beer, please make sure to use the description or QR code that was in the introduction to the video. Today, we are trying Tropical Unicorn Session IPA, which came in our last box.
You have the first taste, and then before we do go into it, I just want to read the description on this one.
Be very quick.
Ready,
We'll get
go.
shouted at.
Gallop away on fluffy clouds of pillowy oats before skipping down a magic rainbow of berries, apricot, passion fruit, grapefruit, bright orange, tangerine, mango, and coconut, courtesy of Simcoe, Citra, and Sabo hops. The ultimate easy drinking experience. This unicorn has just made all your wishes come true. Thank you. Drink responsibly.
That was quite nice.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about boxing?
Of course.
Because I don't like beer.
So we're going to start
Joking,
off,
obviously.
we're going to start off with the Dickens, Jazza Dickens and Anthony Cacace fight, which is top of the bill for the WBA Super Featherweight World Title.
This fight's come up a few times in previous videos.
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think that's because of what's happening with Super Featherweights. We've seen some Super Featherweight fights recently as well.
We disagree on this fight as well.
I don't remember talking about this with you.
We spoke about it, and I criticised Anthony Cacace, and somebody went on some mad rave over about 3 different posts that we did about how I'm an idiot and don't know boxing. So that guy, I'd like to apologise. He's right. I am not a professional boxer. What I would like to say, though, and I will continue to reiterate, he fought a past his best Leewood. He was fortunate to beat Joe Cordina in a moment that changed the fight that I believe was unfair.
Yeah.
And not necessarily dealt with correctly. And then he beat past his best Josh Warrington. He avoided his only live fighter, which would have been Sugar Nunes. And now he's fighting Jazza Dickens, who certain people have said is an easy touch. All I'm saying is Anthony Cacace has been matched very well.
Yeah, I think that's probably not necessarily unfair to say. You've got to sort of accept that he has beat those people.
Come down here, it's doing me heading up there.
Cacace's beat those people, Wood's just beat Warrington again. And then it's like, okay. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this. I do think Anthony Cacace will probably be the winner.
Do you think?
I think so.
Okay with that. It's not.
I'm just leaning into what I've seen of him before, and I don't think he's necessarily exceptional. When he fought Lee Wood, I did think that the commentators and the commentary team were really heavily they were on
biased.
Yeah, they were on his dick a lot, and I was like, nah, I'm not seeing that. I thought he beat him.
He absolutely did beat him. Yeah.
But and he was never looked in any doubt. But I just thought, I don't think he was like that. It was like he was like a different class, different gravy, and I was like, I don't think he is. I think he's just beating him.
For me, and before we get into it, and this is the thing with Jazza Dickens, for me, is I'm a big fan of Jazza, and I love the story. And that does play a bit of bias on my end, because I do want to see him do well. The thing that I like about Jazza, and the reason I favour him from a personal standpoint, Jazza dares to be great, right? So Jazza has lost 5 times throughout his career to good opposition, in all fairness, but every time he's rolled the dice. He won the WBA regular title. Apologies for the pronunciation, but Batiagali Ziliev.
Well, it definitely isn't said like that, but that was a nice attempt.
Thanks. What would you say?
Batagaziev.
Okay, well, Batagaziev went over to Dubai, fought him on away soil, came away with the win.
Yep.
The Zelfa Barrett fight got offered to him. Brilliant. Took the fight, beat Zelfa. On a card where where it was a Zelfa card, like it was Zelfa's fight to lose there. And now Queensberry have come again and go, got a big fight again, but Queensberry have come in and go, look, got a big fight. Anthony Cacace's the home fighter. Come over, defend your belt. And he's gone, yeah, whatever. And I respect that. Whereas Cacace's gone the other way. He thinks Jazza Dickens is an easy touch. For me, Cacace's a former world champion. This will make him a 2-time world champion. But he has to dare to be great. If he wants to be discussed in that conversation of real elite featherweights, go fight Navarrete. But he won't.
Well, that was
and I'm okay with that, by the way.
That was the whole point, though, wasn't it? That he went and won the title over Cordina, which he then wasn't allowed to defend in the Warrington fight because it wasn't. They wouldn't allow him to defend it in that fight because Warrington wasn't a correctly ranked opponent, something like that.
Yeah.
So
he lost his belt in that fight. Oh no, he didn't.
No, he just didn't.
He
defend it.
He just defended the IBO, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he gave it up
because he had to. He got given the mandate to fight Sugar Nunes. Yeah.
So it was like he sort of ducked that fight.
So did he duck it?
I think so because the argument that he made was, or from what I remember, was I want to like fight big names and I want to like make a legacy. It's like, so you've decided to fight Lee Wood,
who had been out for were it nearly 2 years at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not being funny, but title of this video is Anthony Cacace is a duck, and then they can have that picture that I made, but that was with Hrgovic's head. I'll use Cacace's head this time.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I just think. Yeah, I think he avoided those dangerous fights that he thought he would lose. I think, like you say, he probably has been matched intelligently, and I don't think he's really, other than the Cordina fight, he's really looked in any trouble with the Lee Wood or the Warrington fight.
No.
I don't really know what to expect from this, but I do think that he will look fairly comfortable and win it. I say fairly. I'm not saying that he's gonna like look levels above him, but I don't think it'll be overly challenged personally. I think he will be. I think he will do well.
I think it's a close fight because Jazza Dickens, as much as I do like him, I can appreciate that he's not an elite world champion, and that's nothing against Jazza, but he's not. Now, for me, I think Jazza's ring IQ could potentially, if he's on his game, because they're both getting older as well. That comes into it. Both mid-30s now. For me, if he's on his game, I think Jazza's got enough to outsmart him. There's no way. I don't see any way Jazza stops Cacace.
No.
But at the same time, I don't see any way Cacace wins on points. I just think Jazza's got the beating of him. I really do.
Yeah.
I think they've going. I think that they've underestimated Jazza. They've seen him as an easy touch for another world title with the opportunity of making Cacace in another big fight. And I just think they've overlooked him. I think, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to make Cacace Conlon
for an Irish clash.
Which makes great business sense. And I'd love to see the fight. It's a good fight.
It does, but if he's going to pick up a super featherweight belt, I know we've talked about it previously. When did it stop being enough to be a world champion? When did you have to go and unify and go and become undisputed and move across the weight divisions? I'm not saying he's got to do all that, but it's like if he doesn't now, and the landscape of boxing is that tends to be the way people go. You pick up the belts and then you try and pick up the rest of the belts. Then maybe you worry about moving divisions. Then if
it's the measure, though, isn't it?
Yes, but if he chooses not to fight the other champions, then that's for me. That's just avoiding fights he thinks he's going to lose.
Agreed. Yeah.
So if he does beat Jazza Dickens,
For me, the benchmark is Navarrete, as we know.
Yeah.
So for me, if any of these guys want to proclaim to be the best in and around that featherweight division, go and beat Navarrete. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's been the case for a long time. Even Shaki Foster. Shaki Foster, I would say, is the second best featherweight, as in champion at Super Feather, followed by Jazza Dickens in third, because obviously Navarrete holds two of the belts. But I wouldn't, to be fair, I'd say that. That's his world champion. So there's people like Sugar Nunes, who I think Sugar Nunes beats Jazza Dickens. I think Sugar Nunes probably beats Shaki Foster.
You think?
I think so. I think so. I like
I
Shaki.
feel like we've done too much overlooking of Shaki Foster. I know you did jump to his
I
defense
jumped to his
previously,
defense,
but
yeah.
we were still not sure that he would win that fight. Still leaning the other way.
Yeah, I agree. He's a bit of a Fabio Wardley. I bet against him quite regularly, even though I do rate him.
Yeah, because you're expecting that somebody is going to.
He's going to be that level above, yeah.
Unravel him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who knows? As I say, I personally think that Cacace probably will be the winner for this one.
But we will politely disagree.
Yeah, that's okay. And I don't think we will I don't think we will see him try to unify against Navarrete. I think he'll avoid that, to be honest.
He'll probably give his belt up,
I
and
think he'll probably give that up and then go and fight someone like Michael Conlan and say that it's for his legacy. But why
it's
would
not.
that be for his legacy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll move on then to another world title fight.
Is it for the Zuffa belt?
Sort of, no. It's for a equally bad.
No. This has got more legacy, and this has got much more respect than the Zuffa belt. This is the IBO, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the IBO World Super Lightweight title, which is Peter O'Leary and Maxi Hughes. It's a bit of another interesting one because Peter O'Leary was not preparing to fight Maxi Hughes. He was preparing to fight Mark Chamberlain. Who's,
very different fighters.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
Who's now been ruled out through, I think it was illness. I can't remember exactly what was said. So yeah, bit of something different.
Passing of the torch moment, maybe?
I have this weird feeling about this fight. I really do. I have a weird feeling. Maxi Hughes fought another young, up and coming. Well, what was that? What was that? Was that a lightweight?
Yeah,
that was a lightweight.
This is at super light. This is the first time Maxi's fought at super light.
But Gary Cully, who we'll talk about a little bit later, was another young Irish fighter who got upset by Maxi Hughes. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit like when we talked about. Oh my goodness, who's Abel Ramos just fought?
Oh wow, yeah. I know
because we talked about that fight as well.
Tamir Smalls.
Was it Tamir Smalls? Yeah. We talked about that fight again. Is it somebody who's a bit too wise, a bit too? He's been been there before. He's been under the lights. He knows what to expect.
And look what happened.
And look what happened. That again, I've jumped right to my prediction instead of talking through this fight. But I don't know. I've got a weird feeling about this one.
Maxi Hughes is a wily old fox at this point in his career.
That's exactly the right description of him.
He's a veteran. He knows his way around. Now, P.S. O'Leary, I think, there's a few different. So the Gary Cully comparable is actually quite good, apart from a couple of differences. We said that Gary Cully going into that is in real danger of losing that fight because he'd come off the win against Reese Mould, I think.
Yeah,
and it was a tough one for him at the best of times. So Maxi Hughes, obviously, we said, look, this is a bear in mind. It was Maxi Hughes on 8 weeks' notice, had a full camp and all that sort of stuff. But Gary Cully had lost, and we'd seen that confidence drop. We've not seen that in P.S. O'Leary. But the other thing is, Maxi Hughes has not been in camp. He's not. I'm not saying he's out of shape, but this is Maxi Hughes on a week's notice, 10 days' notice, whatever it is. I just worry this is going to be one of them fights where, again, me and you are going to disagree, which is unusual, but it shows the quality of the card. I just worry that P.S. O'Leary is going to be too sharp, too quick, too strong at the weight. It's his natural weight. It's not Max's. And people are going to take too much from this. They're going to go, oh, he stopped Maxi Hughes. Yeah, amazing. But what Maxi Hughes? And no one will remember that. They'll just see what's on BoxRec because we do it. We go back to fights 10 years ago and it's irrelevant of how much prep or what injuries were there because you forget.
You are right, and I think that's probably a good point to make. Is that I'm not in any way suggesting that Maxi Hughes is not going to be bothered or not not going to care about this. But he's he's been there. He's fought at high levels. He's the guy they keep making fight the people that they think are on the way up.
He's becoming a bit of a
He's become a
gatekeeper.
gatekeeper.
Yeah.
He's not being put in fights to see whether he can come back or anything like that. He's just being put in fights to test people and to gatekeep. And so I do think, without that bit of he's an athlete, he's a boxer, he's going to get in there, he's going to want to win.
Oh,
But
Max is not going there to lose by any
no,
stretch. Yeah, no,
no, but
absolutely
like
not.
you say, if he's not had enough time, which is a week's not enough time, it's I mean, no way trying to discredit Pierce O'Leary. I think he's brilliant. I think
Yeah, it's very good.
He's an exciting talent in his own right. But yeah, I don't know.
It
I
is
feel
a
like
weird one.
it's not going to be, or I would be surprised if it's a absolute walkover, easy night's work for Pierce
It
O'Leary.
won't be. Max is too smart.
Yeah.
This is Maxi Hughes is the exact fighter at this level where if you are an elite talent in and around lightweight, you beat Maxi Hughes because Maxi Hughes is fringe world level.
Mm.
Whether people look at his record or not, he's fringe world level. He is in and around that, right? If you're an elite talent coming through, you beat Maxi.
Yeah.
Unless you are an elite talent, Maxi Hughes will work you out. He ain't going to stop you. He's not particularly dangerous from that regard,
No.
but he'll make you miss. He'll make you work. You'll get frustrated, and he beats you.
I feel like I'm going to end up eating my words a bit here.
You're going back on what you said.
Not going back on what I said, just that he actually did lose in his last fight out against
Usmanov.
Bakador Usmanov, which was a bit of a weird one, really. And that was in December. And like I say, that sort of feeds back into that. He's sort of being paid as a gatekeeper now and testing people and whatever. And so that I suppose that's not a positive sign, but I don't know. I just feel weird about it.
I like the fight
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fight.
if Maxi had a full camp, but I don't think Pierce O'Leary in Queensbury would have taken a Maxi fight
If he was
on that much notice. Because I think Maxi Hughes, by the way, Mark Chamberlain is a talented fighter in his own right, as we've seen. But you know what you're getting with Mark. With Maxi, he is tricky. He's difficult. He's awkward. He's unorthodox in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I'm still, with or without the notice, I'm still intrigued. And if you said to me, if I fell asleep and you went, Maxi Hughes has just beat Pierce O'Leary, at no point would I go, "You're joking." I'll probably put money on Maxi because I'll probably get 4-1. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
gamble responsibly.
I know what you mean.
We're saying that a lot recently. We're becoming a bit of a addict channel.
I know that. I mean, looking at it, Maxi is definitely his toughest opponent.
100%.
Again, taking into account his time he's had to prepare for the fight, probably does doesn't assist him really, does it? But like I say, I just got a bit of a weird feeling, got a bit of a, like you say, you know what to expect with him, and so if he can come and perform a little bit like he has done in past fights, I think it's going to be really tough. But
Fair enough.
let's see.
Let's see.
I'm interested. We'll move on to John O'Carroll and Colin Murphy for another IBO World title, the IBO World Super Featherweight title.
Which was originally held by one of the main event, I believe. Mr. Anthony Cacace.
Yeah. He's no longer held by him.
No, because the IBO don't like to do. They're
They don't like
awkward.
to party with other people.
They're awkward, aren't they? Yeah. I have a good fight, and I think it's competitive. And there was a lot of high regard surrounding John O'Carroll coming through. I'll be honest with you, knew absolutely nothing, never heard of Colin Murphy in my life.
Did you? Okay.
Did you?
Not really, no.
No, knew nothing about him. Recently won the European.
He did.
So he's decent.
Well, he most recently, it was at the end of January, so very recently.
Bloody hell, yeah.
Won the Commonwealth Featherweight title.
Okay.
Now fighting it. Was that Commonwealth Featherweight title? Must have been. He's now fighting at Super Featherweight.
Yeah, look, it's...
And before that was when he won his EBU Silver Featherweight title.
If, Cole Murphy comes in unbeaten, Jono's suffered defeat.
Yeah.
So I think that's always a good thing for a fighter. I think once you get past that hurdle of defeat, It's a hurdle for a lot of people. No one wants to lose. But I
Yeah,
think once you get over that and you've sort of conquered that side of the game, there's an element of confidence that you haven't got to worry about that anymore. The pressure's kind of off a little bit.
yeah.
Um,
His losses as well. So in July last year, he lost to Gaziev, who we've just talked about. Who
yeah, did he stop him or
I
get stopped? I'm sure he did.
think he did get stopped by
Seventh round,
Gaziev.
6th round, something like that.
And it was obviously that's who Jazza Dickens beat for his WBA interim, which he's then got upgraded for. But his other losses are Maxi Hughes and Tevin Farmer. And it's okay. Well, those are two fighters that are at that sort of fringe
Yeah,
world level, aren't they?
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So you sort of you can take away from that the level of John O'Carroll to me. He's sort of
In and around,
slightly
in and around
slightly
it.
below that, really, isn't he?
Yeah,
So yeah, again another one where it's like
it's a
John
hell of a
O'Carroll's a
yardstick, isn't it?
yeah, it should be. It should be. You put your name if Colin Murphy beats John O'Carroll, then again you put your name in. Okay, who's John O'Carroll lost to? Oh, he's lost to
But if John O'Carroll wins,
yeah,
John O'Carroll's in the same position he's always been, which is the fact that John O'Carroll is he's okay, he's quite good,
yeah, yeah,
but he's not at any higher level than that, and that's absolutely fine.
yeah.
I think John O'Carroll wins this fight.
I'm not sure. I really hope we're not going to disagree on a third fight. I don't think we are.
Well,
I
back me
don't
on John
think we are.
O'Carroll, and we'll have to fall out all the time.
I just I think I tend to agree. I clearly I'm seeing a pattern in myself, which is that
You
I feel
enjoy
like
disagreeing with me.
no, I feel
Oh,
like experience and like losses and being at a certain level speaks a lot of volumes about a fighter. And I do feel that if John O'Carroll, fell short previously, but to good opposition, then it sort of gives us an idea of where he's at. Whereas we've seen it before, where you don't quite know the level of somebody coming through. You
yeah.
don't quite know the level of Gary Cullen because he's not quite fought those people yet. Oh, he's lost to Maxi Hughes. Yes, you can come back from that. Yes, you can build on
Mhm.
that. We see that time and time again, but it gives you an idea of where they're at now, and you don't know that for Colmo Murphy yet. So,
I always think, when we looked at the fight last week with Ramos and Smalls,
mm.
and we discussed that,
We said
and
that though. We called that.
yeah,
We saw that coming.
straight
Well,
away,
it doesn't. It isn't actually on our
no,
stats because the video never
yeah,
recorded. But
it is what it is. But we saw that coming, and we both said with regards to that, you take more from Ramos's losses than you do any of Small's wins.
yeah,
And this is very much one of them fights where John O'Carroll has been in there with some very good competition. Tevin Farmer is awkward as they come, and he's good.
yeah,
He's very good. I mean, he gave William Zepeda a horrifically tough fight, and a man that, bear in mind, walks through a lot of fighters. The
yeah,
only person that's ever made Zepeda look bad is Shakur Stevenson and Tevin Farmer.
yeah,
That gives you your level, doesn't it?
yeah,
And I think it's one of them fights where Carroll's he's experienced, he's suffered losses, he's learned more in them losses than, no disrespect to Murphy, has probably learnt in his wins. And I wouldn't be surprised either way. I just think John O'Carroll, I just think he's going to do it. I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bit of a domination on Carroll's point. I'll be
yeah.
honest. I think it could be. It won't stop him. He's not.
No,
Neither of
neither of
these
them are
are
punchers.
particular punches,
No,
but
I do feel though that it would be it'd be a sad night for Irish boxing if what we are saying
no,
happens
because John
happens.
O'Carroll is Irish.
No, but he's gonna if he beats Con Murphy, who's on his way up,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Pierce
yeah.
O'Leary loses, who's on his way up, then that's a pretty sad night for
And
Irish
Jazza Dickens
prospects. Then
beats Anthony Cacace, doesn't he? We'll
well,
see.
we'll see.
Anyway, great fight. I'm actually really looking forward to that one. I think
Yeah.
John O'Carroll's going to have enough. Do you agree?
I'd lean that way. Again, if I was having to put any money
Don't
on it, that's
fucking
what I'd go for.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Um,
fence sitter.
I know you want to talk about Stephen Cairns and Arnie Dawson as well.
Because this is another, by the way, tough fight to call.
Yeah,
Hey, so
I feel a lack of awareness for this one
okay,
myself.
so
So
let me do a little bit of talking. Not that I do enough. Stephen Cairns is one of the highest rated prospects in Europe. Phenomenal. Trained by Dave Caldwell, notoriously the lifelong trainer of Mr. Tony Bellew. He has also trained multiple other fighters out there at world level. Stephen Cairns is a big puncher, good foundations, solid, genuinely talented kid.
yep,
Now, up to this point, he's not really beat anybody of any ilk. Arnie Dawson lost his last fight. No shame in that. Lost to, I forgot his first name, Mitchell Smith.
Yes.
Mitchell Smith?
Yes.
For the WBO European.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm proud of myself. Till I wrote it earlier, can't you? Arnie Dawson gave a good account of himself. Won a few rounds, was competitive throughout. So straight away, we're in that similar situation of that Arnie Dawson is only 9 fights into his pro career, but has competed at the higher level in regards to the people he's been in the ring with.
Yeah.
Stephen Kearns is his first real step up. Is he if he's as exciting and as good as we think he will be, he goes in there and puts on a statement and stops someone who went the distance with Mitchell. In my opinion, I perceive that Kearns will stop Arnie Dawson.
Yeah.
But this is a really tough fight to call. The world will be backed against Arnie. No one's going to perceive that Arnie's going to be competitive, but I perceive it being very competitive for the first 6. And then I expect that Stevens, probably his size, will come into it because he's big at the weight. It's a banging little fight. I just loved it. And you didn't include it on the write up. And I thought, you know what? Fuck Dan. I'll do what I want. And that's it. You're not going to predict it because you've not really got a viewpoint on it. I think Stephen Kearns is going to win by stoppage. I just thought it was a really exciting fight. And it's one that's, because of how good the rest of the card is, it's one that's being slept on a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Fair enough. I mean, even further down the card, a quick mention of some of the other fighters before we move on. Most of these, I think all 3 of these have no opponents as it stood yesterday when I wrote this.
Shall I check?
No, because I'm not going to argue it now. Ryan Garner is on the card.
Yeah, he definitely hasn't got one. I checked.
Obviously, had some good wins in the last couple of years. Reece Bellotti in July of last year. No scheduled opponent, as I say. So I always find that to be disappointing. Where you think that somebody's, he's 18-0, he's 28 years old, so he's still got time. And I think if you've had good wins over the last few years, why not keep that momentum rolling?
Yeah.
And to be going into what should be a pretty big card of boxing for Ireland.
Yeah, 100%.
Why have we not got? Why has he not got an opponent, like a decent opponent? It's on a big stage, so it would be a good opportunity for him to, make a bit of more of a name for himself. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed by that, but nonetheless, I'll be excited to see him out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excited to see him out. We've also got Gary Cully.
Gary Cully has now got an opponent.
Has he?
Yeah, it is the world-renowned 17-17, 5 knockouts, 4 draws. Benito Garcia.
Right.
Fights out of Mexico.
Well, should he really be?
Should be absolutely nowhere near the level of Gary Cully.
No. Well, yeah. Said that about Jose Felix, though.
Different level.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Cully's been out of the ring for a long time now.
Yes.
He lost his unanimous decision to Maxie Hughes in December 2024, and he hasn't been in the ring since. So we're looking at 15 months pretty much out of the ring. It's a long old time, especially for somebody who we considered to be a real
super
exciting talent. Obviously, the loss to Jose Felix was astounding, really. The fact that he got stopped on that card, that was the Taylor Cameron undercard, I believe.
It was when Cameron beat Taylor in the first fight.
Yeah, so shame
It is.
that he's been out of the ring so long, but exciting to see him back.
I'm excited to see him back. I still think Gary Cully has got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
I think he lost a lot of his confidence. Went obviously into a couple of fights. Looked like he got a bit of his mojo back. Struggled against Reece Mould. Maxie Hughes obviously went in and unfortunately does what Maxie does and made him look silly. And look, and the realism of it is he's back again for another go at it. And hopefully he's just, for more than me, I think you see with a lot of fighters, I hope he's enjoying it.
Yeah, I think
that's a big thing for me.
I think he. I did say at the point that I didn't see that he had an opponent, assumed that it would be probably a confidence fight, and by the sounds of his opponent, it probably is.
Yeah, absolutely. With him being on that Queensberry card, I assume that it's Gary Cully getting a run out.
Yeah.
To see if he's potentially of any interest going forward would be my viewpoint. But
yeah. I did also want to mention Eugene McKeever, who's going to be out for his second professional fight. We got to see him on his debut at the Connection Live in Hull on the Heist undercard. He looked really good. He looked totally dominant in that fight. I feel like it was so close for a stoppage. It was just there. It felt like it was coming. Never quite came. But his fans were
Brilliant,
the
weren't they?
loudest in that arena, weren't they? They were
Phenomenal, yeah.
exceptional. So I imagine they'll be making plenty of noise again at that weekend. Also, Thomas Carty back out for another fight, hopefully leading into some big fights in 2026. But again, time will tell on that.
Absolutely will.
Right. We'll go into, first of all, what your predictions are for the card. Fire away.
Jazza Dickens will win on points. I have a feeling Pierce O'Leary will. I feel like he might stop Maxi Hughes.
Right.
You've then got. My mind's gone blank.
John
Stephen
O'Carroll
Keynes.
or Colin
John
Murphy.
O'Carroll wins on points.
Yep.
And then I think Keynes will stop Arnie Dawson mid to late.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I don't agree necessarily on those, but we'll see.
Yeah, well.
No
one asked your
however,
opinion.
the Rate the Robot predicts that Cacace will stop Jazza Dickens. O'Leary will win by decision. Murphy will win by decision. And Keynes will stop.
Agreed on one of them, me and Roboface.
Yeah, that is true.
Fight of the night?
You asking me?
I'd mix up.
It's got to be a top 5 for me. Cacace and
top of card.
yeah, I think so. I think outside of that, I'd be saying the Maxi Hughes fight could be interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
But,
I said more of an intrigue thing, I think, though.
Yeah, but I don't think Jazza Dickens will be letting go of his WBA title
with any ease.
Yeah, with any ease, which I think, even though I do believe Anthony Cacace will probably win, I think that makes for an interesting fight.
When Jazza Dickens wins,
yes,
can we admit that Anthony Cacace is bang average?
What about if Anthony Cacace beats Jazza Dickens, though?
Then I'll admit he's an alright world champion.
Right, okay.
But once again, been matched against someone who's not an elite.
So just to be clear, if he loses, he's bang average, and if he wins, he's bang average.
Yeah.
Got you. Spot on. The only other thing to mention then is a bit of a rating. What do you think?
I really like it. I think it's a banger.
It's good.
I think it's a cracking card. 8.5 probably.
What?
Yeah.
No, I said I think it's good. I don't think it's.
No, I think it's brilliant. I think the top 4 of the card are real 50-50s. You've got some good names throughout. You've got a real world title, then some others. I like it. You've got some Irish names in there. I can guarantee you one thing: it'll have one of the best atmospheres we've seen at boxing so far this year. It'll be phenomenal. The Irish crowd loves their boxers. You've got a bit of everything. The reason it's an 8 and nothing higher is because it's missing the elite names of the sport. Other than that, it's a banging card of boxing.
I'd have said a 7, but I'll
listen, I didn't ask you, did I?
No, you didn't. Right,
you goon.
That brings us to the end of the card, everybody.
Don't forget to get your free crate of beer.
Don't forget to get your free crate of beer. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment. Tell us that we're idiots. Give us your opinions. It's only our opinions, obviously. We're not experts, but we watch quite a lot of the boxing, and that's what we're here to do, share our opinions. And we will see you in the next episode.